Hello, folks. This is Earl Teets from Troy, Montana. Hey, welcome to module number 9. Do you realize we've been on this journey through 2 harvest cycles? This is very exciting for the garden harvest process that I'm going to share with you today. Today, this is really a module for the advanced earner in the field of network marketing, affiliate marketing, or internet marketing. And our whole objective is to show you how to apply the difference between knowledge and wisdom. You see, knowledge is understanding what to do. But just because you know what to do does not always mean that you do what needs to be done. Wisdom is when you apply and practice the knowledge. And when you look at a book called Bible, I like to call it Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, whether you follow that book or believe in that book or not, it's a true fact. It's the most followed instruction manual on the planet. And what can we get out of that book? We understand that if we seek for wisdom more than we seek for silver, gold, or money, we will have more than what money could ever produce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the knowledge is that allows you to practice it and turn it into wisdom. And more importantly, I'm going to show you where we did what I'm actually teaching you with our actions. Because I think it's very important that you understand. If I'm going to teach you something, it's because I do it myself. I don't believe in hype. I don't believe in misleading people. And I will never try to convince you that you can get rich on something for nothing. You can acquire a lot of wealth when you understand how to apply wisdom to your life. So the purpose of this module is to give you the knowledge so you can gain the wisdom. I'm going to share with you the knowledge I knew when I got started almost 5 months ago, and the wisdom that I applied with that knowledge. I'm going to share the results I got and how they surpass our lesson today. What does that mean to you? Well, if you're looking at our blog, which is our training blog, The Garden Harvest Process, you'll see our first module. We had a little less than 30 people on the team in the first month. Okay? And our first day in business with O2 Worldwide, to prove all of this, was January 26, 2016. That's when I sponsored our first representative on the team. Today, there are 599 people on that team. Okay? So, we branched throughout 7 different countries, and we have duplicated 4 global success stories and 1 national story. So what I'm sharing with you is definitely going to help you. I spent a little less than 5 minutes to let you know what you're about to learn. Now it's time to dive in. Okay? The first thing we're going to show you is knowledge versus wisdom. We're going to draw a line down the board. And we're going to look at history, because it's a proven fact that throughout history, success leaves clues. Yeah, and when you can follow those clues, you can make a lot of this money stuff, okay? So what has been taught in the industry over 50 years and been proven correct and taken people from $0 to $1 million? If we can write that on the board and you know what that is knowledge. And I'm going to show you how to take that knowledge and apply the wisdom with our actions. And when you do both of them, the end result is a lot of this. Money. And that is the whole idea of being in business, is it not? We don't get into business just to be part of a warm and fuzzy club. You know, we have lots of social networks out there where you can feel warm and fuzzy, but when it comes to entrepreneurship, don't you deserve the actions to the money? Huh? I think you do. So I'm going to share it with you. The whole idea of this training blog is to give you the information of knowledge and wisdom that most people spend over $5,000 just to attain before they even have a successful career in this industry. So what you do with what I'm sharing with you is totally up to you, but I want to emphasize this is valuable. If you apply everything I teach you in this very module, you will go to work for the next 90 days and set in a foundation. The second set of 90 days, you'll help others set in a foundation. The third set of 90 days, you're going to have a major harvest that will take care of your family for generations to come. So let's stop and take a look at what we're doing here, okay? If you take a look at the industry, they say if you show 10 plans, 10 overviews, 10 presentations for whatever it is you have to offer, I'm talking about O2 Worldwide here. So 10 sponsor 2, okay? You're going to have to show the opportunity 10 times to bring 2 people onto your team. That is knowledge, okay? Now, next, what's the wisdom behind that? We need to understand that very clearly. Okay, show 10, sponsor 2. Can I do that in 5 hours a week? You know, because look at home business. What do they teach you? What do they lure you? What do they lure you in with? We can show you how to make a full-time income on part-time efforts. It really draws you in because that's what you desire. But how many times in your life have you actually seen a process that shows you how that takes place? You're about to see it now, okay? How do you do it? If you got Monday through Friday and you can only contribute 1 hour a day to your own success, can you make $1 million on that effort? My first mentor in this industry did exactly that with a company called the Amway Corporation. Who hasn't heard of that, huh? And if you wanted to do what Brad was teaching at the time, he didn't have the time of day for you unless you could commit to 1 hour a day, 5 nights a week for your own success. And if you wanted his help, you had to make the commitment to at least have 1 hour a day that you could contribute to your own success, or he flat out did not want you to even enroll in his business, okay? Does it sound mean and cruel? Well, it does, but it's just tough love like you would share with your children, okay? So by doing that, he was able to lay in a foundation to his business that I believe today pays him close to $20 million a month. So does this stuff work? Absolutely. It has set me free a few times in life. So I'm allowing you to see what's going to work for you. In 5 hours to expose 10, that means we need to be able to do at least 2 presentations in 1 hour. Can you do that today? We have a presentation on our website that takes less than 7 minutes. Follow that up with a 3-way call with a coach that knows how to wrap a game plan of earning money around an entrepreneur with that desire in their heart to do so. And this can be done in less than a half an hour's time. That still leaves you 40 minutes to get the job done one more time. So can you do it twice in 1 hour? Absolutely. So Monday through Friday, if you're doing 2 exposures a day, 5 days a week, there's your 10. And if you're following up with your people, you're going to see that 2 get enrolled. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the basic skills. If you don't understand what they are, you can't understand what I'm teaching you. The basic skills in this industry, regardless of what company you want to earn with, are quite simple. Whatever you're running with, you have to know how to prospect for business and find your leads to do business with. Whatever you work with, you're going to have to understand how to present that opportunity. And whatever you work with, you need to follow up with the person you present to until the timing is right for them to take action with what you have. No matter what you do as an entrepreneur, these are the 3 basic fundamental skills that you have to do over and over and over and over and over and over again if you want to see the big bucks, okay? So it's really a simple process. It's just understanding how to work smart, not just hard, okay? So what are we going to do? With those 5 hours, we need to understand that there's a process, okay? We need to realize that for every time we enroll 3 distributors, this is some more knowledge. We're going to go to number 2. Number 1 we showed here, okay? Point number 2, okay? What are we going to understand? Out of 3 distributors that we enroll, okay, out of 3 enrolled, out of 3 enrolled business builders or distributors, whatever you want to label the term, out of 3, you're going to get 1 that's going to watch. I know it's a scam. It's going to be a scam sooner or later. It's going to be a scam sooner or later, okay? And then you got another one that's going to wait. When you make the money, then I'm going to take action. I'm just going to watch. And then you got 1 that's going to go, oh my gosh, a roadmap, a plan of action, a product that serves the masses. I'll do what you do. Okay? So if I want 2 active distributors, 2 active business builders, this means I need to bring in 6. Because 1's going to watch out of 3, 1's going to wait out of 3, and 1's going to do out of 3. So, if I enroll 3 distributors onto my team, I know that I'm going to have 1 worker. That's just the knowledge or the wisdom from the knowledge of working. Okay? I've actually worked in this industry 20 years, and it doesn't matter what company you work with, these numbers are very universal, extremely realistic. So you can take this path and map out a process that will help you to the profits. That's what business is all about. All right, so let's take a look. We understand that if we set an appointment in this industry with just 1 person and we think that we're going to make money by showing the plan to just 1 person, what's going to happen? Knowledge tells us that 2 out of 3 people that we set an appointment with are not going to show up to the appointment. So what did they tell you to do in the old school ways? They said, well, if you really want to ensure that somebody shows up to the meeting, you have to put them in your car and drive them there. So today, with the age of technology, if you've got a webinar or a conference call, you could 3-way call them to a webinar and be on the phone with them while they're watching the webinar. Or you could 3-way call them to a conference call and ensure that they're there, okay? But what are you going to do? If you're smart, you're going to invite 3 people because you know 1 will work. But to make sure that that 1 works, you're going to 3-way them to the conference call or 3-way them in, not 3-way, but call them on the phone and make sure they're on the webinar as it's starting, okay? So this is how you work smart. Now what's going to happen? 1 hour, you need to be productive. So if you've only got 1 hour to work your business, and you only set 1 appointment, and you recognize 2 out of 3 are going to stand you up, doesn't it make sense that you're going to have 2 out of 3 days with no money? Kind of true, isn't it? So how are you going to stop that? In 1 hour, let's say 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you have 1:15, you have 1:30, and you have 1:45. So if you set an appointment at each one of those 3 times, and you know that 2 out of 3 are going to stand you up, 1's going to stick. It's probably the one that you're going to call or 3-way call in Or you can invite 3 and you might get lucky to have 1 show up. But you can put the odds in your favor to have success because you understand the knowledge that 2 out of 3 are going to stand you up. So if you have 1 hour to do business, you want to set 3 appointments in 1 hour to make sure that your time is worth money. Does that make sense? Pretty simple, huh? Okay, so let's take a look next. What else can we learn? Number 3, we understand that 2 out of 3 people are going to stand us up. If we want to make that 1 hour count to profit, we're going to have to make sure that we set 3 appointments in that 1 hour. Okay, next, what are we going to do? Number 4, we need to understand the power behind knowledge, okay? What do we know about this industry? We understand it's the most lucrative industry on the planet. That's why it's got the most people attempting to make money in it. It's also why it's got the highest failure rate. 97% of the people that try to earn from home on their own without a guide will fail to get paid. I'm going to repeat that. 97% will fail to earn without help or a guide that try to earn in this industry. So we understand that. What do the 3% do that get paid? Okay, that's where the wisdom comes in. The 3% that get paid understand entrepreneurship. How do I mean? It's really simple. If you were to go to the bank and you wanted that bank to give you a loan so you could start up a business, that bank is going to want to see a 5-year business plan. And what has to be in that business plan? 1, what are you going to offer for the money? 2, what are you going to do to produce the money? 3, how much is it going to cost you to do that action to profit? And 4, how much is going to be left over when you've completed that task? And if the bank sees not enough profit to time ratio over that 5-year period of time that has to be in writing or you do not get the loan, they will decide not to give you the loan unless you've got more profit than time commitment. So in this industry, 97% fail to earn because the 3% that do earn, they know how to write out a 90-day roadmap in writing of what they're going to do to make the money. Now think about what I'm saying. 97% of the people that sign up with a brand new business opportunity today got in based on the excitement from the invite. They purchased a kit to get started, and tomorrow on day 1, the first question on their mind is, wow, I've got a shiny new business. What am I going to do to make the money? That's a scary question, isn't it? Because 97% of the people ask that question. And 97% of the people don't make no money. But the 3% that get paid, they understand the importance of a 90-day roadmap that this guy Eric Worre talks about in this book, Go Pro. The 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional, okay? The most important step you have to have as an entrepreneur is a roadmap of your actions to profits. What are you going to do now that you have that shiny new business? And if you don't have the courage to put your plan of actions to profits in writing, you're not going to have the income behind the efforts. I'm sorry, that's the bottom line. That's just how it is. That's why I teach it. So I dropped that pen. Here's another one, okay? So let's take a look at next. 95% of the companies. And number 5, 95% of the companies that start up today offer you that great ground floor opportunity. You better get in right now, because if you don't get in, you're going to miss the boat. It's the biggest opportunity in the whole world. We got XYZ guru, and we got ex-president from this company and ex-vice president from that company. And, oh man, if you don't get started today, you're just going to miss the boat. That's a bunch of hype. That's a bunch of crap. Okay, understand that. 95% of the companies that start up today are going to be out of business within 6 months' time. There may be a straggler or two that makes it to 3 years before they go out of business. And why is that? If that company starts out today and they go out of business 6 months from now, they started with 100,000, they go out of business at $500,000. Do you think the owner's feelings are hurt? What about all the distribution force that tried to make money? They've got a sour taste in their mouth. Why did the company tank in the first place? Leads to number 6. Number 6. The reason the company tanked is 100% of the companies that tank, they lead with the idea of something for nothing. You don't need any money to start this business. You can start for free. You don't need to spend any money on a monthly basis to be profitable with this business. Just sign up, we'll give you a link, and you're part of the team. And then when they get you in, after you've spent your money, for those of you who are really serious about making money, we got a roadmap by a 7-figure earner that you can follow that will put the money in your pocket if you'll do the work. But this roadmap's only for the serious, and if you'll pay $1,000, we'll give you that roadmap, okay? Think about what I'm saying. It's all hype, it's all garbage, it's all junk. I'm sorry to raise my voice that loud, but I get furious at the con artists that are out there, because there's a lot of them out there. So you need to pay attention, okay? What do the 5% do that have some honor and integrity with them? What is it they do that allows them to be the 5% that succeeded over the 95%? The 5% that succeeded, they do not promise you something for nothing for the money. What do they do? Hey, look, we've got a product or a service that's going to cater to the masses. You're going to have to spend money to have a membership with this product or service. It's going to cost you X amount of dollars every month to make the actions to profits take place so you can get paid the money. It's not for everybody. It's not a free lunch. It's just the best tasting lunch that you'll ever eat when it's prepared properly. Okay? That is what the 5% do that succeed. That's the kind of language they talk with. Because they value people. People are not just another number in the process. And if you really believe that, you've got a lot of learning to do before you see the big bucks. I promise you that. People are people. And when you treat them the way that you want to be treated, you're going to see a lot of success in your business. You don't want to be lied to. You don't want to be misled. You just want to know the truth. Tell me what I got to do to earn the money that won't break God's laws, won't break man's laws, and buddy, I'll follow you to the moon. Okay? That's what the average person is saying in their mind. And the more that you feed them the crap from the 95% that are going to tank, convincing them that this career field of entrepreneurship is always going to be a bed of roses, is always going to be free, never going to have any challenges. Really, if it was that easy, wouldn't there be a lot more millionaires than there are today? You've got to go through the process. You need to recognize what's going to take place. Okay? So what can I show you with some knowledge today, okay? I can show you this. There's 3 things that you got to do to make money in this industry. You have to learn to prospect for business. What is our advantage at O2 Worldwide? We get a product that helps the body. That product comes to us if we pay $60 for that product, less than $2 a day. When someone on welfare can smoke an $8 a day pack of cigarettes, that's $320 a month. They got food stamps and they're paying cash, $320 a month, because they deserve the stress relief. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying entrepreneurship, folks, it truly is affordable if you want to embrace it. Less than $2 a day gives you 20 leads. Real email addresses, real phone numbers, real people of interest. All you got to do is connect with those people and say, based on the information you left in our company website, I understand that you want to get paid every week from the comfort of your own home. I am not a telemarketer. I don't have anything magic up my sleeve, but I can show you a path that's working on a global scale. Would you like to get paid Friday if what I'm saying is the truth? What do you think they're going to say to that? And I didn't talk about the company, the product, the comp plan. I talked about how to serve them on their level. So, recognize that. All right, we're going to let Michael Brown join us, okay? All right, Michael Brown, you're joining us on a live recording, so I can't talk to you right now, but I'll let you listen, okay? So, folks, what we're talking about is how to have the odds in your favor. The odds that you need to have in your favor is you need to recognize that you're going to practice these 3 skills to your success, and if you do it wrong, you're dead in the water. But when you understand what to do, when you understand it's not a free lunch, but it's a good tasting lunch, when you understand how simple the process is to practice those habits to profits, you're going to put an edge in what you want to produce. You're going to give yourself an advantage over your competition. So what did we do? Did we do this with our actions? Of course we did. If you take a look at what we did in our first 90 days, the owner of the company said to go out and talk to 3 people a day. I went the extra mile, and I spoke to 4 people a day. Did I get 4 people a day every day? No. But at the end of 90 days, I averaged 3 people a day. Isn't that amazing? Out of that, that's 270 people that I exposed my personal O2 worldwide business to. By law of averages, that means I should have got at least 27 people to join my business. What did I get? I got 28. 1 over and above what I taught before I even did it. Okay? So I'm showing you what we did to create the profits. This is not a theory. This is not an idea. This is what we did. And you can do it too. If a toothless hippie like me can do this, why not you? Okay? So let's fast forward the clock. What happened in season 2? Okay? We're talking about the ability to create a team. It took time. It took effort. How did I do it? I applied the wisdom that I'm showing you here. Now, what happened from that? When I went into season 2, remember, in our blog post, The Garden Harvest Process, we're going to plant seeds for 3 seasons. 90 days is a season. So if we plant 270 seeds and bring 28 people onto the team, what's going to happen at the end of the next 90-day push? I ended up with over 400 people on the team. I did more than what the national averages was. So what happened at the end of that? We just finished our second 90-day push. Do you know how many people we have on the team today? We have 599 people on the team today that started at 0 January 26th. What am I talking to you about? The difference between knowledge, which is knowing what to do, and wisdom, which is applying the knowledge that you know. Just because you know the knowledge doesn't mean you're doing the knowledge. If you want the money, you have to practice the actions to profits, bottom line. There are no shortcuts to success. The more that you try to find the shortcut, the more broke you will remain. You need to understand there's no such thing as something for nothing in this industry. 95% of the companies that are starting out promising you something for nothing are going to go out of business. Don't you deserve better than that? I think you do. So let's take a look at the garden harvest process that we're talking about. In our first 90 days, 3 people a day is 270 people. We got 28 out of that to get started. Turned into 400 people on the team at the end of 60 days. And then at the end of that 60 days, we started another 90-day push. I don't even think we're halfway through that. And today we got 599 people on the team. Does it mean that there's something magical? Do I have a magic skill? No. I understood The knowledge says if I show 10, I need to sponsor 2. Can I do that in 5 hours a week? Well, if I do 10 proper exposures with a 3-way call with the coach over a 5-hour period of time, that's 2 per hour, that's a realistic goal. So can I do that? Yes. Did I do that successfully? Absolutely. Can you do it with help? Absolutely. Why fail when you don't have to? You just have to be willing to put in the work. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got accomplished here. In season 1, our whole idea is to plant those 270 seeds. In season 2, we got 540 seeds planted. What's that going to do for us? Why are we doing this? Well, you got to take a look at the history. Success leaves clues. If you look at all the top earners in network marketing that went from 0 to 7-figure incomes in 2 years or less, the average amount of personally enrolled business operators or distributors, whatever you want to call them, is 42. The thousands of people on the team are under those 42. So if you take a look at what did we do in our second our second season to plant seeds, our team hit 599 people. Okay? So what's that mean? When you go into season number 3, that means you're going to plant over 810 seeds by season number 3. What does that mean? That means you got a possibility to enroll 81 people on your team in 1 year. Ain't that cool? How much time am I talking? Time commitment. What I've shown you on the board here today. I've shown you a very simple time commitment of 5 hours a week to expose your opportunity properly to 10 people. That's 2 people an hour. So are you willing to roll up your sleeves and dedicate yourself to a simple system of simply letting people know, hey, I see you've clicked on our company website. I understand you want to get paid every week. Would you have 20 minutes in front of your computer with no interruptions at 4 o'clock this afternoon? Or would you rather tap into our 7 o'clock Eastern time zone live call so you can see exactly how that success is created? It's just working smart. And when you know what you're doing, because you have the knowledge of what the industry can do and the wisdom of what you practice with your work habits, you can stand in front of a camera just like I'm doing now with all the confidence in the world and say, hey, here's a game plan. I already did it. And if an idiot like me can do it, anybody can do it. Don't you deserve that kind of success? I mean, realistically, you deserve that kind of success. You got to understand, entrepreneurship is business. Okay? Con artist is the promise of something for nothing. The 95% go out because they plan on making a lot of money, promising you something for nothing, being in business for a short period of time, and then restarting under a new name or a new brand. Pay attention to what I'm saying. You got to ask yourself, do you have something that's going to cater to the masses so you can hang with the classes? One last fact before we wrap up today. I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying here. Okay? The most amount of money has been made in the field of health and wellness. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The clues left behind by success, right? What are those clues? Those clues show that in health and wellness, there's an auto ship, $150 to $300 a month average. Okay? If you look at famous billionaire W. Clement Stone, he had a formula to success. If you could take what's being offered to the masses now, you can improve it and make it better, then charge less money for it, then you're guaranteed success. Based on famous billionaire W. Clement Stone's formula, if you look at the history of health and wellness and see the auto ship at $150 to $300 a month took people from zero to millions of dollars in earnings as long as they had the discipline to realize it costs money each month to operate a business. So what happened? They spent that money every month on that auto ship. What did 100% of them have in common? 100% of them still had to go out and find people to present their business to. The company didn't offer you leads with the product. So with O2 Worldwide, we got a universal product on a global scale in over 60 countries, less than $2 a day at $60, that comes with 20 leads of real email addresses, real phone numbers, real people to connect with. So really, all you're doing is connecting with another human being who has expressed on the internet that they have a problem, and you have a solution to the problem that they're facing at a scheduled time. Would A or B be better for them? It's that simple. You deserve success. I hope you enjoyed the difference between wisdom and knowledge and how to apply them both to get paid on a regular scale in this industry. I pray that God will bless your work habits beyond your imagination this year. Please understand, if you want something for nothing, if you want an easy ride to the big bucks, it does not exist. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place here. But if you're ready to roll up your sleeves and go to work, have a proven action plan that fits your needs, and a live person team with several people that can help you create the success that you deserve, then you really need to come and join us. I highly suggest you go to our website and understand how to turn $60 into $500 a week in 7 measly little weeks. Don't you deserve that kind of success? Enjoy our website, HealthySolutionsProfit.com. HealthySolutionsProfit.com. May God bless you beyond your imagination this year. We pray and wish for the best. It's your turn to earn. It's time to go to work. You deserve the success.